How many times we ask ourselves this question? Do we really know where our child goes every morning? Most of us feel pretty confident in that. But a Minnesota boy took playing hooky to this sky-high level last Thursday. Fortunately, he was all right. That is the most important thing. But as George Howell reports, the 9-year-old's unchaperoned field trip shows maybe airport security is not so secure.
This is where it all started. A 9-year-old boy walked off a light rail car Thursday and into the Minneapolis airport with plans to travel, but no ticket. He passed through the security checkpoints of TSA screening. No problem. Then he continued on to the G concourse, specifically here at gate G4. But it's still unclear exactly how he got past the ticket agent who was collecting tickets here. What we do know is this minor did board flight 1651 and traveled some 1,300 miles to Las Vegas. Officials say it wasn't until the flight crew became suspicious because he was traveling alone and contacted Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, who took the child into custody upon landing.
I think they should take him to the tables and let him play a little because his luck was doing well. You know, once he got to Vegas.
Air transportation expert Terry Tripler says the whole thing highlights big gaps in security, especially when it comes to children.
Because that 9-year-old child does not need identification. Anyone under 18. So I can understand standing behind a family or whatever, if the family's checking in and they're not aware that he's standing behind them. I can understand that. I cannot understand the Delta gate agents. This is where I put the major problem. It happened there.
While no one would talk on camera, we did get a lot of statements. First, from the TSA, essentially saying they did their jobs. Quote, the child was screened along with all other passengers to ensure that he was not a threat to the aircraft. And then Delta. Quote, Delta is taking this incident very seriously and working with authorities in the investigation. Due to the fact that it involves a minor, we are not commenting further at this time. For the traveling public who know the rigorous routines of airport screening.
And we have to go through taking our shoes, put them in bats, go through the belt, go through the thing.
It's a mystery how a child could have slipped through the cracks.
I'm quite surprised that he got through security and all the things we as adults have to go through.
All righty, so George joining the conversation with us now from Minneapolis. Okay, let's go through this step by step because it is so baffling, I think, to parents. First of all, the TSA says that it has video of this kid going through security. So our question is, did he try, kind of latch onto a family and make them think that he was with them? I mean, how did that happen, George?
Well, Christy, and when you look at that statement, they essentially say that he was with other passengers. He went through the security system, essentially saying that they did their jobs. And you mentioned security video. Just the day before, on Wednesday, we understand, according to airport officials, that he was here at this airport, that he went to a baggage carousel, picked up someone's luggage, took it to a restaurant, got some food, dined and dashed, left the luggage there, and returned, Christy, to fly some 1,000 miles to Vegas.
That is bizarre. We're going to talk more about that whole scenario, too, in the next block as well, the fact that he was there and what he did the day before. But you look at this, too, then you think, okay, he got through security. Surely, Mike, at the gate, I mean, he doesn't have a boarding pass.
That's the whole thing. I can see him getting through TSA because you go up, you present your ID, your boarding pass. If there's a family there, might have been multiple boarding passes, and the kid might have come right underneath one of the little ropes there and fallen in line with that family, gone through the screening, checked for any serious weapons, that kind of thing. And then that's the gate. The gate agent, I think, is the one who is most responsible here because let's say this child was by himself and he didn't go on with a family. Once he got onto the plane, you're considered an unaccompanied minor. Now, Delta Airlines, they put a badge on you, and you have special paperwork that the flight attendant, the lead flight attendant on board that aircraft also should have known that there was this boy who did not have any paperwork, did not have a badge as an unaccompanied minor. So when they finally closed that door and they did a head count, why didn't they know then?
Yes, George, that is our next question. So he gets through the security, he gets through the gate, he's on the plane. I mean, were there empty seats? Because I don't know about you. Whenever I get on a plane, there's rarely an empty seat to be had. How did they do a head count? George?
Well, you know, in this particular case, it could have been, and it's still unclear. Until we hear from the officials, it's unclear, but perhaps they realize that this kid was in a seat alone, without parents. That's when we do know that the flight attendants contacted police in Las Vegas, and they were there. Once that plane landed, they were there to take the child into custody, then transferred him to Child Protective Services. Still unclear, Christy, whether the child is in Nevada still, or if he's been transferred back here to Minneapolis.
Well, I guess we might not know, but at least authorities do at this point, which is the important
And I hope the
thing.
parents know now.
And we know that he's safe. George, thank you.